I don't believe it would be possible to have polio without a deficiency of calcium. Polio comes on when the victim is out in the sun, is overexposed to sunlight, maybe in bathing, and muscular exercise in excess exhausts the calcium reserves, and the extra vitamin D produced by that sun pulls all the calcium out of the tissues back into the blood, and you have the stage set for a polio attack, merely because of the tissue fluid deficiency of calcium and probably of the other protective vitamins. As soon as we have a frost and swimming is over with and the youngsters put back on their clothes, there's no more polio danger. Sure, we know polio is caused by a virus, but the virus cannot bother us unless we have a calcium deficiency. In Des Moines, Iowa, the city put in water softening equipment so that everybody got soft water. Saved the householder the expense of maintaining his own water softener. In 1 year, the polio incidence leaped up tremendously. Des Moines became one of the worst cities from a polio standpoint instead of one of the best. So that there are practical illustrations of this thing. Now, Dr. Sandler has published a book, or written a book, which Lee Foundation has published, pointing out his experience that if children are kept on a low-carbohydrate diet, they're immune to polio. Well, the effect of our refined carbohydrates is to rob the body fluids of calcium. And natural carbohydrates cannot do that. That's the difference between a refined carbohydrate and a natural. Refined sugar has had the minerals removed. That sugar has a tremendous affinity for minerals, and as soon as we take it into the body, it robs the cells of those minerals. And they travel around with the sugar until it's been burned up, and then they're dropped. And that's why we have minerals out of place in so many people. We can even find people frozen up with calcified joints all over their body from minerals that have been carried out of place by such methods. We cannot displace minerals with natural sweets, natural honey, natural maple syrup, or raw sugar, or any of those natural sweets. The worst offender, of course, is the synthetic sugar, the glucose, because that not only does the same thing with respect to minerals, but it also predisposes to cancer, according to Dr. Quigley. He says he can't cure a cancer patient, no matter what he does, unless he gets all the glucose out of their system, all the synthetic glucose. Don't forget there's a big difference between synthetic and natural glucose, despite what the chemist says. I could give a 2-hour lecture on that subject. We have a book on it, if anyone would like to get it, the difference between synthetic and natural food products. The bulletin that sells for 5 cents. At any rate, to maintain our resistance against infections, and that goes for everything from virus down to diphtheria, we need to guard our calcium reserves, our calcium intake, and our natural vitamin C intake. That's why I believe vitamin C is the most important of all the vitamins.
Amazing, yes? Thanks, Walt. Absolutely priceless. And I'm not done proving it, because I've got other things to show you today that demonstrate this way beyond any question. How did Dr. Lee know so much about calcium? I mean, this is the most studied mineral there is. After all, there's more calcium in your body than all your minerals added together and doubled. All the other minerals added together and doubled. There's so much more calcium. How did he know so much about the relationship of calcium, lactate, and vitamin C, and where calcium was and what it did and what it would do if it was here and what it would do if it was there? What did he know that the people around him didn't seem to know? I mean, how did he know that it stimulated phagocytosis? He didn't have fiber optic cameras to put into people's bloodstream to watch it. It's because Dr. Lee had discovered the importance of vitamin F. And without the knowledge of vitamin F, You cannot have a clear understanding of how calcium works in the body. Dr. Lee discovered vitamin F. First paper he published on it was in 1937. You know, I was talking to Dr. Goodhart before the meeting this morning. And as anyone like Dr. Goodhart who uses an endocardiograph knows, Dr. Lee invented a heart muscle testing device called the endocardiograph, very specialized heart phonocardiograph. And one of the things you can easily pick up on the endocardiograph when you're testing the muscle. Now remember, Dr. Goodhart is the godfather of muscle testing. And the most important muscle in the human body is the heart. God didn't name Dr. Goodhart for no reason. And that's right. That's right. And so, one of the things that the endocardiograph will show you is if the heart valves lack ionized calcium. And it shows you in quite a profound way. As most of you may be aware, you have two heart sounds, a lub and a dub. When you lack ionized calcium, which is what we've been talking about here, you have no dub. I showed a doctor earlier this week. What's today? Thursday. Yeah, earlier this week on Monday, or I think it was Tuesday morning. Doctor came up, ran a heart graph on him, and sure enough, he had no second sound. But he was an optimist, because he said, hey, 1 out of 2 ain't bad. I said, Doc, you've only got 2 sounds. You've lost one. If you lose the other one, I can't help you.